Hello, sorry, miss. I didn't hear you. I am here, miss.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much for patiently waiting. As I checked here, as our one of our policy, we really can't provide anything about the mailing address. But do you have do you already have an attorney that we can talk to, or any law enforcement agency?
Okay. Just so to give you some information, miss, that's not how attorneys or law enforcement work. At this point, we're just filing, and you have to produce USPS certified federal mail address. Okay, you have to have a mailing legal address, whether that's a P.O. box or your business address. You got to give that at some point. So I have at least one address that Verizon is coughing up, and I will send certified mail there. And for as far as law enforcement goes, this isn't a legal criminal issue. This is a civil issue. So it's a different courthouse, okay? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that is why me, the plaintiff, I'm trying to handle this professionally and amicably with Verizon. And I just want you guys to get onto your computers, find the statements that you have sent me already that say you don't have a case against me. And I want you to, at Verizon, formally drop the fraud charges. Well, it's not quite charges, but holding me in some sort of paralysis as a fraud. In the I can't seem to locate because no one will put it in paper what exact department it is. I've spoken to the fraud department, and every time at Verizon they send me somewhere else, telling me it's not actually there. So
Yeah.
this to me is it's a slam dunk uh, case where I can file uh, a complaint against Verizon because Verizon's not being professional. So I'm asking you, Miss, as a representative of Verizon, which is what you are, to help me today get onto your computer, say, yeah, we do have all the tracking information, and yeah, we have sent you this in writing. And you're right, you don't have our phones, so we can just drop it today because otherwise, not you, miss, but Verizon and I have to go to court. It could be solved here and now, but Verizon seems to refuse to do it when you have the phone. So this could get really ugly for Verizon because I'm taking this personally. I don't believe it's a personal thing like Verizon hates me, but it feels that way because the company Verizon refuses to stop calling me a fraud. That's what you're doing.
All
Your
right.
actions are saying that. Every action Verizon has taken is saying, no, we want to make a fake accusation when we have no evidence. We're just making it up that Heidi Granger is a fraud. In fact, we've sent her evidence saying we have the phones we're claiming she stole. Okay? So, can you get on your computer, find that evidence? Because I've been with your company before and it's there.
Um.
And just stop calling me a
Yeah. Like what?
fraud? And can you send me this in writing that this is finally closed?
Like what I've said earlier, I am only handling the customer's account, customer's billing information, customer's phone information, or any troubleshooting that I can do for their phone. That's all what what I'm only
Okay,
handling.
okay.
So for this issue,
Yeah,
for for this issue, like what I've said earlier, I already see here any information about this issue, and it really shows here that as part of the Verizon's policy, we really can't provide right away the mailing address or any information unless we talk to a lawyer or
Okay, lawyers
attorney.
don't call, okay? When they're representing a client, they don't do discovery through phone calls. Everything's done through the postal system. And that's why Verizon right now is, even if I record the phone conversation, it can't be really used unless there's a certain claim I am pressing in civil court. The phone conversations, nothing
Yeah.
can be. It can be applied to my case I'm filing against Verizon, but it can't necessarily be used against you if it goes to court. It's not going to go to court, okay? That's if I just file a certain charge civilly. It depends on what civil charge I'm presenting against Verizon, then we can see if the phone conversations apply. But really, all
Yeah.
I'm doing is I'm going to have to take legal action to get Verizon to do their job. Okay? Because Verizon, for almost a year, has refused to finish this case. Verizon knows that the phones were sent back to Pennsylvania. Your company has sent me that information. It's in writing. I've got that. Okay? So the fact that Verizon never finished canceling this whole account is not my problem. My problem that Verizon has made is that you're still to this day calling me a fraud and saying I have the phones. And then, okay, so you're telling me that you can't give me the address. I'm not asking for that. This is the fourth time I'm telling you to please assist me with canceling the phones. Are you telling me you can't do that either?
That's why I'm asking you earlier, may I have your phone number that is associated with your old account?
I didn't have a phone, miss. I never held a Verizon phone. I never made a call on a Verizon phone.
You mentioned earlier that you have a previous account here in Verizon. What was the account?
Okay, I don't have offhand that account number. What I did was I called and started a purchase. And with Verizon, they charge you $100 to order and start an account. So I had that much business involvement with Verizon. I never received the phones. They were never dropped off or delivered. They went back to the Pennsylvania warehouse. This is all evidence that I have. I have that to prove. In fact, Verizon knows they got the phones because when I called you back over the course of a year, you sent me more in writing evidence that you have those phones. Why you can't cease this claim is beyond my understanding, okay? You guys know you have the phones. You know when you got the phones. They were sent back to Pennsylvania. If you would like my social security number, I can give you that. You can find more information. Would you like me to give this to you?
No, I cannot locate that phone using your social security number.
Okay.
Is like what I've said earlier. I am only handling customers' issue, which means that customers that have account here in Verizon.
Okay. So your fraud department, miss, sent my case to you. Your fraud department at Verizon passed me on to you, okay? So I feel this was more bad business because they should have had the know-how to know that you can't resolve this. So who are you going to send me to today?
Alright, I am still, while we're talking, I am still looking for the phone numbers that I can transfer you, right, the right department that I can transfer you, because fraud department, ma'am, actually, they also don't handle this one, because they are only handling customers' issue, like customers who have experienced fraud with their account. That's what fraud
Okay.
department here in Verizon.
Who would handle this?
Yeah, that I'm still looking for that.
Okay. And how?
I'm really sorry. I do apologize for this experience. That, and also I do apologize that you need to wait like minutes just for this information, because this is really my first time handling this issue, because again, I am only customer service.
That's okay, all right? But I need you to send me to the right department so we can get on the computer, once again, this will be the, I don't know, 5th time that your company says, oh yeah, we have the phones, blah, 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 and we can just cease this case. Okay, so I will wait for you, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.